Man, let me preface this by saying I was under the influence on my last episode. I was drinking. So I apologize in the manner of how petty I really was, because I am definitely past that part of my life. I'm going to tell y'all the lesson from that, though, is you got to maintain self. You feel me? Like, because if you're a man and you give your all to a woman and you adjust everything about yourself for that woman and she finds a way to leave you anyway, then it's way harder to get back to who you used to be. I can't speak on women business, so I can't tell you the perspective of a woman dealing with a man. But as a man that deal with a lot of women, or have had my fair share, let's not say a lot, I've had my fair share of women, when you adjusting pieces and parts of yourself and then things fall off, putting those pieces back together again is difficult. And you never come back the same way you left. Like, ever. So my advice to you all, and like I said, I can't speak for the women, but my advice to all my men out there that's listening, don't let nobody put you in a position or make you feel like you need to be in a position where you gotta drop everything and help them out. Because in a few months, they not gonna care that it was your bed that they slept on. It was your TV they was watching. It was your heater that was keeping them warm when they kicked you out. Like, the funny part is the level of petty I could have been, the level of like, the level of jackal that I could have been. I was very mature in that situation. I held a lot in. I could have crashed out multiple times. I watched this individual make dumb decision after dumb decision after dumb decision, and I stood by this individual. Let's not get it twisted. People are definitely going to make sure that they don't give you the real them. They'll get on these platforms and put on a facade, and you won't see who the real them is. Look, I'm guilty of it, but I also will say, like, I ain't said one lie to y'all. I ain't never lied on this podcast, ever. I ain't dress up the truth. I ain't tell her the truth for it to be my way. I've always owned up to being, like, not the best. I could have been better in a lot of situations. So it bothers me when I know I did nothing but try to help and it all gets overlooked. Like, for all that, you could have stayed with whoever you was dealing with beforehand. Like, for all that, we could have set boundaries very early, and then it would have been a situation where, look, we gonna coexist, but we ain't doing this. So that way, once you got on your feet, I could have just bounced. People never want to acknowledge that they'll drag you into something and then convince you that it was a mutual idea. Like, people will never mention that fact that, like, you had to look at somebody act irresponsibly as a grown-ass adult. Like, people always overlook those facts. I have been a bad person a lot of times in my life. I've been a hurtful person a lot of times in my life. I've been vindictive. I've been all of those bad things that I could think of. But not that last situation. Not my last situation. So yeah, I'm getting some karma from that. Cool. It is what it is. But I refuse to know that somebody out there is making me the bad guy and putting dirt on my name because they acted stupid. Because they didn't want to listen. Like, the problem with life is you got to know when to listen to people and when to do things your way. If you just doing things your way all the time, you never going to get the results you want. Because in life, you have to really listen to people. You have to listen to other people. Because if you just go about life not listening to nobody and thinking that your way is always the right way, then you'll never grow. I can take some constructive criticism, but others feel like they're above constructive criticism. Others feel like if you say something that you're being negative, like, people don't ever want to check themselves. They'll forgive themselves, but they won't check themselves. That's the problem. They'll take the time out to thoroughly explain why they've been selfish as hell their whole life and then forgive themselves for being selfish. But won't take heed to being open to real advice. Not all this genie in the bottle advice. Not all this I can't word it right, but people find a way. People will find a way to make sure that they're always the victim. That they're always in a healing state. Nah. You better start acting like your real self. Like, for real. Don't put on no fake facade for an audience. That's another thing that blow me. I never pretend to be something I'm not. Ever. I've never in my life pretended to be something I'm not, dog. I'm not going to let nobody ever put that stain on my jacket. All right, let's throw an asterisk on that. Because as an adult, I've never, as a real adult, let's just go 23. From 23 to current day, I've never pretended to be something I'm not. Ever. Might have told some lies when I was in middle school, high school. You know what I'm saying? Might have embellished a little bit, but nah, I ain't never pretend to be something I'm not. Like, people really be out here forgetting that others sacrificed for them. Like, that's the problem I be having with people in my current situation. Like, yo, I'm sacrificing more for you than I'm sacrificing for people I need to be really sacrificing for. Like, But it's cool though. It is okay. I ain't worried. I'm not worried. So, all I can say is don't be out here lying or stretching your truth out or attempting to paint yourself in a better light than them others. It's not fair. It's not called for. It's not worth it. One of these days, y'all will understand that for every action, there's a reaction. You feel me? And like I've said plenty of times, we not rewarding stupidity, bruh. We gonna call you out on the stupidity and hope you found a way to fix it. We not rewarding it. You ain't getting a participation trophy for being stupid. Like, nah, we not rocking. We are not rocking like that. I need everybody listening to this to understand that you are a part of we, and we are not rocking with rewarding stupidity. It makes no sense. Hold on. I might have messed this up, but oh well. All I'm gonna say is, I might have been a little wrong for my delivery on how I was handling that last episode. And so I'm going to apologize to the listeners for that. A formal apology. But I meant every word of my letter to the president. Y'all have a good day.